people. And hope you don't mind us recording this. Yeah, you should have asked before you clicked recording. So, we already know where we are, because we have three of you on the call. We already know where you're watching from. So yeah, thank you for joining in. If we're doing a gift for the first to join, Messi would have been the winner because he joined, very early on. So thank you, Messi. Thank you, Ade. Who looks like Uncle Boy. Oh, good. Nadiru, thank you for joining. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Could you please put on the chat, just tell us where you're connecting from, where are you watching from, how is it, how has your day been? I mean, just put those things so that we can, start off on that note. Let's get to know where we're watching from or connecting from.
Okay. Why that is coming in, we can't overemphasize the welcome. So once again, I want to say a big welcome and thank you for joining in today.
Thank you.
Before we go straight into the main discussion,
thank you, Messi. Messi watching from the UK.
Okay, all right. So we just want to say something briefly about who we are and what we do, who we are and what we do. And I would like to state clearly here that the vision, we have this Yudela Family Institute, and we are passionate about what goes on in the family, in families. So the vision is actually to create strong and healthy families by providing education, resources, and support to individuals and families. Because we have this understanding that family is the bedrock of any society. What goes on in the family goes along with determining what goes on in the society. And that's why the vision is that. And the mission is to promote healthy relationships, effective parenting, and overall family well-being through research-based programs, workshops, counseling services, and community outreach. And there's an aim that we intend to achieve, and that is to empower individuals individuals in order to promote, to empower individuals. Apart from promotion, we empower individuals and families with the knowledge and skills they actually need to build and maintain strong and resilient relationships. Not just that, navigate challenges and thrive in all aspects of family life.
Exactly.
Maintain strong and resilient relationships, navigate challenges, and thrive in all aspects of family life. So it's good that we put it out there so that you understand the basis for what the basis and the reason behind what we do. Right.
So yes, so more people have joined. Thank you, Felista. Oh my God, thank you. David, thank you. Who else have we not welcomed? Okay, I think that's all. Thank you for joining, and please put on the chat, tell us where you're watching or connecting from. And then we're just going to go straight into our discussion for today. We said we're going to talk about the power of partnership, leveraging on your spouse superpower. I mean, if I were to see, if we're not the one working on this program and I saw it, I would have been intrigued. I mean, does my spouse have superpowers? Do I have superpowers? And so I'm going to start with a little icebreaker. And we know Batman, right? But before I go on, can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me,
yep.
Can you? Good, thank you. Yes, baby. Thank you, Felista. So we know Batman, we know Superman, right? They are called superheroes, yeah? We know, which way again? Batman, Superman, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Do we have any African superhero? So okay, no, that carries hammer.
And then they say, look, they call the other one, look.
I don't know that one.
Okay, yeah, they all have all strange
Superpowers.
superpowers.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you people to kind of help us. Well, it's going to be an interactive session today. So, which superpower do you think Batman has? First to put the answer on the chat. We win bragging rights. Which superpower does Batman have? Can I see answers in the chat?
I've not watched Batman, so how am I supposed to know?
David says he's rich. Is Batman rich?
He doesn't have powers now. He's just
One of the
rich.
superpowers. I said, I don't have all the power, but one power I have is that I'm rich.
Oh,
Yes, it's correct.
good. Which superpower does Superman have? Answers on the chat. Chat. Quick.
I think somebody else is saying he's rich. I think I'm aligning with David.
Rich is that's for Batman.
That's for Batman. This is Superman.
Superman.
Okay. David is David, you love movies. Ability to fly, super strength. That's correct. Amazing.
Hey, Batman. Okay.
Which superpower does Spider-Man have?
That one can fly, you can move from anywhere.
Hey, that's one of the superpowers.
He's flexible.
You're going to say something.
And then he's flexible. He can move from anywhere.
Yes.
So
But
it's
very fast.
Yes. And see, so we've listed, the things. Let me welcome Bola Barbarian Day. Thank you so much for joining us. You are in for a good time today. Please, you can put in the chat group, tell us where you're connecting from or watching from, okay? So now we've mentioned superpowers that Batman have, Spider-Man, Superman. I don't know if we have any African superhero that we can mention, but we can, if you remember any superhero, you can post on the chat.
I don't know. The younger generation might not know the person. Loro is called.
I don't know. Is it?
It's more of a spiritual power.
Okay.
But as I said, the younger generation here.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you, David. Olale is watching us from Canada. Thank you, Olale. Thank you for logging in. So let's go straight in. So now we've listed, we know the superpowers that these superheroes have. Do you know that in the context that we are talking about today, we as human beings, we have superpowers. And what we mean by superpowers is simply saying that we have exceptional or extraordinary abilities or qualities, that we possess as individuals. And so I'm going to ask you as a person, what do you think is your own superpower? And from what I've said now, is simply, when we say superpower, we're simply referring to exceptional or extraordinary abilities or qualities or strength, or gift that you possess as a person. And this thing, it's not restricted to anybody. We all have them. Different superpower, different at varying levels, different, areas of being exceptional. Yeah. So let's start with us here. What is your own superpower? If you don't type in the chat, I'll call your name. Oh, Felista said, fantastic. Resilience. I love that. I love that.
And you can have even more than one.
You can have more than one.
Maybe you can mention
Keep them coming. Keep them coming. So, Dukbe, are you still here? What's your own superpower? What do you think you possess in exceptional or exceptional or extraordinary ability or quality that you possess as a person? Bolanle, Dukbe, Margaret, can we have your answers in the chat so that we can keep this going? What's your own superpower? I'm waiting for
No.
No.
I should tell you. Superpowers.
I agree.
It's similar to resilience.
Yes. Yes.
Once my mind
Might be hard. Might be like you praising yourself.
one thing is, if once I make up my mind on something, I will see to the end of that thing. And at the end, I might not feel so tired, even almost at the point of breaking down, but I would have seen the end of
Exactly.
that thing. So
Yep.
I can say, yes. That is what about yours?
Okay.
Can I talk to you, Mama?
Say cooking.
Mama is a relationship builder. For
Okay,
sure.
Vanessa
I know
wants
that
to say
one.
something about my.
Yeah, I know that one. She's a relationship
What?
builder and she maintains it. I know that for sure. Like I know my
Which
name.
one?
You build and maintain relationships with anybody, no matter the
Thank you.
person.
Yes, I think so
I know
too.
that for sure.
Yes.
So
So
I'm
Messi
talking
says,
about them this
I
time
think
around.
I think my superpower can be determined with someone that knows me. Okay. Okay. Good. Dupe, are you still here? Do you want to tell us your superpower? Margaret, are you here? Do you want to tell us your superpower? But we'll just go on, and when we see your response on the chat group, we'll continue. So, like we said, today we're talking about, we're all about relationship, building families, like Dele have, rightly outlined at the beginning. And so today we're looking at this interesting topic from the perspective of, leveraging on your spouse superpower. And that simply means leveraging on your spouse exceptional abilities or area of strength. And that has a lot of benefits. But let me just go through my introduction so that we can kick off. So it implies that from what we said, everybody have one area of exceptional ability or the other. And that means that in a relationship, these are things that you can bring to bear to enhance and build your relationship. And these superpowers they're varied. They can be exceptional skills, they can be your talents, they can be your knowledge, they can be your personal traits, and these contribute to the overall success and effectiveness of the relationship. Yeah. And so it's important that we learn to leverage on this area of strength of our partners, okay? And leverage on them. But first of all, you have to, start and even, you have to start by recognizing that each person, including your partner, carry strength. I remember, thank you, some more people have joined us. Adiremi Onlarewaju, Sonny Banjo joined. Thank you very much. Tunde joined. Thank you for joining. And so the first thing is, like I said, you have to recognize that every human being have area of exceptional ability or strength, and that includes your partner. We've seen some relationship people when they have relationship issues, and the other person say, "This man is good for nothing. This woman is good for nothing. He's practically useless. There's no." Let me tell you here today that there's no man and no woman that is absolutely, 100% useless. They have their areas of strength, they have their areas of exceptional ability, okay? And today we're going to be exploring those areas. How do you even recognize what your strength, what your partner have as their area of exceptional ability? If you don't know, you can't leverage on it, yeah? If you don't know, you can't leverage on it. So, like when we're preparing for this program, I was telling Dele that when we don't leverage on our partner's area of strength or exceptional ability, it's just like someone gives you a gift, all beautiful wrapped up, but the gift is inside the wrapping, and you don't use it. You just leave it by your bedside. It's there, year in, year out. At the end of the day, what you don't know what is because you never opened it, then you don't know what is inside, the pack. And if you don't know what is inside, then you cannot use it. That's it when we don't take an in-depth look into what are the area of exceptional ability for all our partners, one person, like marriage or like a relationship. and yes. So Dele is going to continue.
Yeah, I think it's been clearly explained. Yeah, I think it's just good that we understand that we're talking about strength.
Yeah.
We're talking about strength. So, and we say leveraging on your spouse's strength can be a wonderful way to
Mhm.
enhance the relationship and create a strong, supportive
Can we mute
partnership.
everyone? Okay.
It can enhance your relationship and create a strong and supportive partnership. And by recognizing, we'll get into how to even recognize, but by recognizing and appreciating their unique abilities, you can actually work together, to accomplish shared goals and overcome challenges more effectively. We want to say that whether it's their excellent communication skills, or organization, or emotional, or intelligence, tapping into those strengths can actually bring a new level of harmony and success to your relationship. So it's good that we pay attention to this, and it's only by acknowledging and valuing this strength that each person can leverage on his or her partner's strengths. So you can truly complement each other and build a solid foundation for fulfilling and thriving in your relationship.
That's
so
amazing.
yes, so when we say that it's good to recognize, then we want to ask ourselves, how can I recognize my partner's strength? How can I recognize my partner's area of superpower? And that, I think it's good that we first start from there, because it's what you know that you apply yourself to that give you the desired result. If you are not even aware of it in the first place, what I've come to realize, ignorance is a killer. Ignorance destroys, because you might be moving in a direction where it will impact on you negatively, but because you are not aware of the impact, the person might constantly still be pushing in that same direction and not know. So we said it's good that you are aware. Then when you come to that place of awareness, then it gives you the opportunity to apply the right, use the right approach.
The right knowledge.
The right knowledge. So the first point here in recognizing your partner is what I will say. Your partner's strength, superpower. We know that we will interchangeably be using that strength and superpowers in this context, is to observe their passion. Observe their passion. Sometimes it could be passions. So we need to pay attention to the activities or hobbies that truly light up your partner's face. There's a way you do certain things that it becomes glaring that you are so passionate about this area. So I need to deliberately look out for such agents. Yes, I'm looking at you. So you can. I look at you and some. I should not mention cooking. Okay, yes, I can mention one of them. Attention to it. Sometimes what you do is, and I'm more action oriented, and I want us to get it done, whether it's perfect or it's not perfect. But she's giving to details, and she wants to make sure that we cross all the T's and we dot all the I's. So for me, slowing down. But at the end of the day, I appreciate the fact, because if I've not leveraged on that part, a lot of times there are certain things that could have happened in a way that would have been way below standard, because I would have been blinded to certain aspects. And at the end of the day, even though initially I didn't like it, at the end of the day, I always come back to her and I say, thank you. But it doesn't come down so easily, but I always come back and say, thank you, because I recognize that and I'm not taking it for granted, and therefore I try to leverage on it. So that's why we said that something that lights up your partner's face, when the person is so passionate about it, this person is so committed to it. So this can indicate their natural talents and abilities. And it could be excelling in playing a musical instrument. It could be to have a knack for cooking, just like one of it for my wife. And this could also be their superpowers. As we're speaking now, you might want to be thinking about your own partner.
Exactly.
And be thinking, okay, at what point do my spouse, my partner, just have that glow and that unrelenting energy around something? And then it's a way to actually recognize. So I leave this.
Thank you. Don't forget that now we're talking about how to recognize your spouse superpower, because it is what you know or recognize that you can take advantage of and leverage effectively to enhancing your relationship. So the next point I'll be talking on is notice their strength, notice their area of strength, notice what are the things that they do effortlessly.
Yeah.
That they don't struggle. Like, so yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was talking with one of our sons, and we're talking about my constant procrastination on keeping up with my exercise routine. Today I start, tomorrow I don't do. So my son was like, Mommy, you need to, I can help you with this thing. You need to keep up with this thing. I said, I know, it's just that it's not just a strong area for me, but I know I need to keep up with it. And I said, and you know that's not my strong area, unlike cooking, because nobody prompts me to cook. I can wake up in the night and cook. I can cook any time of the day, and I don't get tired. In fact, it's as if the more I cook, the more my energy is fueled.
I get tired of your behavior.
Yes. They get that it's okay. I say no, it's okay. I'm going to cook this. So as I'm speaking now, can you think of those things that your partner does? I mean, really, in a relentless manner. You keep, no, I'm okay. Oh, are you not tired? I'm not okay. I'm not tired. Some of them, reading. Some, they like advocacy. And when it's time to aluta, as in fight a cause for justice, it gives pointers. It gives pointers. Notice their strength. Can we please mute ourselves, okay? Please. So notice that where they don't struggle to do in terms of even physical energy. The next point I'll talk on is look out for areas where people usually give them compliment. That means that people are, they go all out to help people in that area. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to look for an example. They go all out to help people in that area, and they don't struggle with helping people. And that means that is an indication of one area of their superpower. Like Dele is very dogged and is given to, he's a finisher. There are people, some people are finishers and some are starters. Some of us will have ideas. The ideas is brewing, and we start it, but we don't have the resilience to finish it. Dele is a finisher. When he starts something, he sees it to the very end. So look at what is it that your partner, constantly get complimented about. Oh, that food is amazing, tastes so good. Or the way they styled somebody, they constantly are able to just piece colors and clothes together. And the person that either themselves or the person they're styling comes out looking beautiful. That person may be a celebrity stylist in the future. You that you are this partner or spouse, are you taking advantage of that? Or it could be that they are very techy. Before you know what's happening, your phone is hanging or something, they say, give me, and they've opened it. And you see other people giving a compliment. Oh, the other day, you don't help me resolve this. People keep giving them compliments in the same area. Pay attention. That could be an area that points to their superpowers. So I'm going to pause here so that Dele can, and I want to say welcome to all those who have joined. Yes, Mama Deremi, thank you so very much. Emmanuel, thank you. Tunde, I don't think we welcome today, I'm not sure. Michael Shokumbi, thank you. I don't want to miss out anybody. Darasimi, thank you. Tunde, Funke Ale, thank you, sis. God bless you. Who else? We'll be on the lookout. Loladipupo for Lorenshaw, thank you so much. You're in for a good time. Don't forget, we're talking about the power of partnership, leveraging on your spouse superpower. Because where there is leverage, it's even scriptural. The Bible says that one shall chase 1,000 and two shall put 10,000 to flight. So marriage is not a competition. We need to learn to appreciate what the other person have that we don't have and leverage on them. My husband's Dele's area of study, your first course, I see your first course, your first degree is in electrical engineering. Even though now he engineers more of human minds, but he still has that engineering skill. So we come to him at home, fixing bulb, come to him as in that, because I know let me keep quiet, continue.
So I think another way we can recognize is to reflect on your partner's impact. When you reflect on their impact, and this has to do with the positive impact your spouse has on other lives. And you want to say, you're looking at it, do they have a natural ability to inspire and motivate people? You're looking at it, are they excellent at providing emotional support? These qualities can be a clear sign of their superpower. So when you reflect on the impact, then it gives you that understanding and a clue to some of those possible superpowers that your partner might really have. Another one that we have to look at is to make sure that we communicate and ask. Let's be very direct about it. You want to ask your partner, which areas are you most comfortable or convenient or that you love to do? So as partners in a relationship, of course, we should base our relationship on transparency, honesty, truth. So you want to be genuine with getting feedback. And that's one of the ways of getting that feedback is to really ask, how confident are you? Which areas are you really confident in? And when the person is talking about area he or she is confident in, obviously the person will be talking from the standpoint of strength. And therefore, whatever the person is giving you at that point in time are signals. It might not necessarily be, but to a large extent, they can be indicators to the fact that it's an area of superpower that person
or
is
exceptional.
So we want to say that in all of this, we must always remember that everyone has unique strength and ability. We spoke about that earlier on. But at this junction, we would like to ask, maybe you want to help put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section if you can remember 2 of your own spouse's superpowers or area of strength or ability.
Oh, that you've enjoyed, they easily come through for you in those areas. I remember why I was thinking about it. I remember one of my husband's area of exceptional ability is mathematics, anything calculation. I used to tell people that you had all the A1 I could have had in maths. He had A1 in maths when we were for our WAEC. I had P6 or P7, something along those lines. You had A1 in chemistry and physics, right? I didn't even bother to go near those areas because one area of exceptional ability for him is in the area of calculation, anything mathematics, anything calculation. So I defer to him in that area. I'm not ashamed to say maths is not my friend. Okay.
Also say, why you post it in the comment, please? It would be good if you can. And if you don't know, you can simply put, I am not sure.
And if you want to speak, okay, good. You have responses. Yes.
Remember, we are saying the 2 things about your spouse's superpowers. It's not your own now. All right.
Your spouse's
superpower. Now, I could also say that you have this position of fearlessness. Yes, it's one of your superpowers. Yeah, because I remember there's no authority, high or low, that are required to be talked to, that you cannot stand against and just bear your mind. That's one area. For a long back, but I'm not where I used to be again. So, but back then, I used to be a very timid person, and I cannot confront people outrightly. But when I met her 21 years back, I said,
no, you met me like 24 years
24 years back.
We
married for over 21 years. I saw that was why I said needed have that strong position and strongly opinionated, and that's what I have.
It doesn't mean that I am. It doesn't mean that I don't listen to that people's opinions, though.
Yeah.
And
Because you're also a people person.
yeah. So let's look at some of the comments we have here. Oladipupo says, wife area of strength is decision making. So I leave that area for her. Fantastic. When we just got married, Dele, I don't know if you're seeing that WhatsApp group now, but Dele used to delay a lot in making decisions.
I am way off that WhatsApp group now. Yes, I'm not there again.
Okay.
That's an old delay.
That's an old delay. Thank you, Oladipupo. We have another comment. Darasimi says, planning and organization, getting things done. Amazing. I think that's one of mine too. I love planning and organization.
Getting things done
is you.
Yeah.
So that you see, that's how we collaborate and leverage on.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the planning, I plan it, and it's me that remember all the details, but he will help with actioning them, because what's the use of having a plan that is not put into action? And what does a action without planning does? It just means you're just going to be working haphazardly and things will be messed up. Okay.
Why we felt we should take this discussion?
Yeah.
It's simple. We felt what's supposed to strengthen the bond of unity between partners are actually the same reason they are using to repel themselves and go their separate ways. So we felt it's good to bring it on board and have this conversation so that people will understand the advantages and benefits, which we'll get into very soon, of you collaborating and actually leveraging, taking advantage of your partner's strength. It doesn't make you anything less in value. Please. So it's so important. Yes. That's why that has to be.
What's Melan? Is this battery fertilizer? Okay. Before the thing will go off. No. You see, attention to details. As I'm talking, I'm seeing laptop machine.
Now, how we see things differ. But when she saw, because my laptop, so I understand why that is there. It's 37 minutes to full charge. But somebody will see it as 37 minutes to running out.
And now time, so it's because I don't understand this laptop.
If you maintain that position that is running out, and I'm saying no, it's just what is left to be done. You can see that we have divergent views there. In some instances, people now maintain a rigid position, use it to create a problem. All right. I just felt I should take that out of it and just use as an illustration.
Good. So I was looking at comment. Emmanuel says, my wife's area of superpower is organization and swiftness in making decisions. Yes. That's good. And when we learn to take advantage of your spouse's area of strength, we'll discover that there will be no competition, because marriage is not a competition. Your relationship is not a wrestling ground where you begin to flex muscles and say, it is me. God has so ordained relationship that when you have weakness, the other person compliments you. Okay, that's one of the reasons, like Dele said, that's why we're having this discussion. Where you have weakness, the other person is supposed to compliment you and make the union strong. All right. Good. So let's move on.
Welcome. Unsa,
welcome. How are you? Good to have you.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, darling. How are you? Good to have you.
I'm fine.
You don't know the video. They are here.
Good. So are you taking benefits of them?
But let me see. Wait.
Okay. Can you mute yourself, please? Okay. So let's quickly run through the benefits of leveraging on your spouse's superpowers or area of exceptional ability. See, it's going to complement both of you and tackle It will help you to complement each other and tackle challenges more effectively. You know, your problem-solving skills will be brought together in a harmonized way and reduce the stress from the both of you we put in resolving relationship and resolving issues. Another one is that
Sorry,
yeah.
We just spoke a while, just a few minutes back, and we talked about her of our own organizational skills. Mine, action oriented. If I've gone ahead without giving attention to details, I would have come up with a defective outcome. I might get a result, but the result will not be the best that is there is to get. But because I decided to now pay attention to her, I listened to her. So all those areas that were like my blind spots, she's able to pick them and we're able to address them. And at the end of the day, it gives us better output. So that's why she said complement each other and tackle challenges more effectively in terms of solving skills.
And it saves you from mistakes, errors, you know, and that also then translates into saving resources.
Yes.
Because when things are not properly planned and you don't leverage on that person's strength, at times we end up doing trial and error. We end up wasting money where we're not supposed to waste money. We end up wasting time where we're not supposed to waste time, because some of us are probably too proud to accept or ask for help where the other person is stronger. And then the second point I was going to talk about, it produces innovative solutions. When we, you know, collaborate and rely on each other's area of strength, you're able to produce innovative solutions that so much so that takes your relationship to a whole new level. And like I said, saves you resources.
So how also improve efficiency. Efficiency is simply how you do things, and how you do things is critical when it comes to relationship. If you don't do it right, it will create stress, it will create problem. We can translate to different things. If you do it right, if you do it well, then it's also going to be to the benefit of the partners that are actually involved. So we said that it can improve efficiency in terms of how things are done and how well they are done in the home. So the next one, I will say that it improves teamwork. Now, when we just got married, I remember we've said it over and over again. Whoever have been listening to us on different platforms will understand that we have more frequent disagreements back then, those days. But not that we don't still have disagreements now, but you cannot equate the frequency of disagreement now with
when we just got married.
When we just got married. And at the same time, how we resolve conflicts now is totally different.
We are more
mature, yes. Sometimes sometimes you can also say sorry. Just improve our team work. So please, can you mute yourself? So it can improve our teamwork, and that has really, really helped us and is producing results for us. Where I would have been stressed out, her coming in and myself leveraging on those areas of strength in her has actually made it a really
I'm quickly just going to say that leveraging on your partner's area of exceptional ability is last one. So leveraging on your partner's area of exceptional ability also helps to accomplish goals. It helps you as a couple and as a family to accomplish goals. Imagine when like we said, his area of strength, we bring it to the table. I bring my area of strength to the table. Imagine the goals that we've been able to achieve over the years. This is 21 years down the line, and we know that God has really helped us. But part of it is also because we are also paying attention to what he can do. I mean, it's simple. You cannot ask a mechanic to come and treat you as a medical doctor, okay? So areas where I'm strong, where I have exceptional ability, maybe strengths or talent or skills or experience. I bring it to bear, and he also brings his to bear, and they're able to accomplish, shared goals. And then that helps to improve our connection as a couple and harmony. You heard he saying that the frequency of our disagreement and quarreling is not like what we used to have when we just got married. And that's because over time we have come to recognize and appreciate each other's strength, what they bring in. And I want to say something here. There is no comparison. I don't compare my husband. I don't compare Dele to other men. Oh, can't you see your mates? They are bringing in 100 million. You're only bringing in 10,000. I'm not saying he brings in 10,000. But I'm just using that as an illustration to say don't compare, because when you compare, you are not able to benefit and enjoy your spouse area of exceptional ability, because what you can see is only the fact that he or she is falling short. Okay, so how to leverage on your spouse's superpower? Yeah.
We are unique, we are different.
Yeah.
It is important because based on some of the counseling on hundreds and hundreds of people that we have to help through counseling, we realize that people use comparison to create problem in their homes.
Yeah.
What is working for you might not be working for other people, and what you're looking at cannot be used as a template to run your own home. So that's why we say don't use another person's template to run your home. The best thing is you learn the principles, adapt it to your own uniqueness, and that will go a long way in helping you. So how do we leverage this? Now, we've looked at how you can recognize, we've looked at the benefits, and why we have to talk about the benefits is because you need to know what is in it for you. You need to know what are we getting out of this.
Yeah.
Then you can use that to weigh the commitment that this will require from you. Because if I have to sacrifice for the ultimate good of my mental well-being and the health of my relationship, then I will do what needs to be done, not what I want to do. Because sometimes what you want to do might be contrary to the health of the relationship. So looking at those benefits, it will give you reasons to take on what you need to do in making sure that you leverage on your spouse's superpower. So how do I leverage? So we said to leverage your spouse's powers, start from the beginning, and start by identifying and acknowledging their unique strengths, which we have talked about. Then take the time to observe and reflect on what they excel at. Now, after the event this evening, we want to encourage within the week, this video will be put up, and so we'll also share the link. Make sure you come back to it and listen to it over and over again. If your spouse is not here, you can encourage your spouse. The two of you can watch it together. Yeah. So we want to say that after you identify and acknowledge their unique strength, take the time to observe and reflect. Reflection is very critical in making progress in any relationship. So reflect on what they excel at, whether it's their problem-solving abilities, creativity, or leadership skills. Then once you have a clear understanding of their superpowers or the strengths or unique abilities, then we can look at number one, maybe communication aspect. How do we leverage? Communication is a big part, and there's no how we can overemphasize communication. Practically in every section, in every program that we do on this platform, communication is a major part that will always come up.
I call it almighty communication.
Almighty communication. So we say encourage open and honest communication. Open and honest communication with your spouse. Create a safe space where they feel comfortable sharing their thoughts. Now, we're talking about leveraging. If you don't give the person the opportunity, or you don't create that environment where the person have the freedom to go to come and you guys have that opportunity to have a healthy conversation, there's no how you get to that point where you even start leveraging in the first place. So we said space where they feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, ideas, and concerns. Then utilize their strong communication skills to facilitate effective conversations and resolve conflict. It's important that we really, really look at that. So I think I will give you the next step to take the.
No, we're talking about leveraging. That means, identifying, acknowledging, and taking advantage of this exceptional area of abilities. So what I was talking about is delegate, okay? And closely related to this would be to ask, delegate. If you know that you maybe in your family you're handling something that it is not your area of strength, don't struggle with it. That's why you have a partner. Marriage is for companionship, is for support, is for encouragement, is for us to is for life to be easier, honestly. If I have a calculation, if I'm doing something and we're doing budget and the calculations are not calculating or joining, I'll just call him. I'm not saying that's what I'll do. I'm saying that's what I do. These figures are not just joining in my head, and he will come. If there are things, maybe we have electrical issues in the house, I call him. So I won't struggle with something that is not my area of strength. Same way when we have to cook. When last did you go cook in the house? When we have to cook, because he's not cooking because he cannot cook if it's needed. But it's one of my strongest areas. So they don't even need to ask. In fact, at times as I'm closing from work, I'm entering the kitchen because that's how much I love to cook. Okay. So delegate, ask for help. Don't be ashamed. These days there are a lot of conversations going on social media. Some of them, what do women bring to the table? Women can be acting weak or weak. There are areas where you are strong, but be strong enough and bold enough to accept areas that are not your area of strength so that you don't kill yourself. You are not El Shaddai. Not every area is your area of strength. So those areas that you are not strong in, please delegate. Ask for help. Call him or call her if you're the man and say, oh, this is area where you're better than me. Please, can you help me in this area? And they will gladly help you. Okay?
Yeah, let me share my own experience.
Okay. Share.
Where I was coming from, the background I came from, you are not meant to be showing your wife everything that you earn. That's the mindset I grew from. But I later discover it's not going to help any marriage, because if you are not transparent, even in one area, there's a way it can affect practically every other area. So when we came into it, somebody who just loved to just born out of compassion, just to be giving to give to people, even to the detriment to my own detriment. And when we got married, I was almost going to be doing that. And I realized that I mismanage resources. I don't prioritize. I just move by sentiment and I just move it. When I came and I noticed that she's a better manager of resources, I saw an area of strength. And the kind of culture I came from, it sounds, the narrative would be weakness. The word there would be like, the man is weak. How should you delegate? And it's like, yield that aspect to your wife. I understood that I don't handle finances as much, very well the way she would handle it. So I delegated that aspect to her. Then it makes me even more accountable. Makes me more accountable. And that has really, really helped us. That has really, really helped us because I became more prudent and I'm still prudent now, and I trust her judgment on that. So that's just to give a practical example from us. So
the next one is collaboration. And I'm going to use this program that we run as a perfect example. Don't be afraid or intimidated to collaborate with your partner. There are things that you can do good in a good way, but there are things that both of you can do better. So when you put your strengths and your skills together, so of you'll be able to do better. You see this program that we run, way back in Nigeria, for those of you who have been following us, when my husband started this, Awa is here. Awa and one other brother, Goke, they used to record before YouTube became very popular. they used to record and he posted on his YouTube channel. I was not a part of it, but he kept on telling me that I think we should do this thing together. And I was like, I wasn't that interested as at that time. But over time, we got together and some ideas came in and we are still evolving. But the truth is, it's sweeter because both of us were collaborating. I have a sweet mouth. I can spin stories, you know. He is more reserved in talking. So both of us are coming together, we are collaborating to bring this program to you, to bring these, teaching platforms to you, so that we can share from our wealth of experience in our relationship and all that God has blessed us with in our marriage. If he was the only one doing it, I'm not boasting, you won't even enjoy it. Because my husband is dry when it comes to his mouth is not sweet. How do I put it? He help me.
You help yourself. He said that. He said that.
Me, I'm the fun-loving type. I'll bring in the jokes. My husband is very serious-minded, from engineering to pastoring, from pastoring to lecturing. Me, I love fun, and I know how to weave fun into the things I do. So, so which I have areas where I'm learning from him. So collaborate. The areas where you know that you are doing good. Think about it, would it be better if you collaborate with your partner? If it's something you can collaborate with. Some people collaborate on business. It doesn't have to be something that is out on social media or out there in the public glare, but there are things you can collaborate with. You can start a business together. You can start a ministry together. You can start an outreach. You can start a charity. There are things you can collaborate on together, okay? Even family fun, go on vacation, parenting, collaborate, okay? Collaborate and enjoy, on projects, decision-making processes, embrace your partner's unique perspective and ideas, and combine those with that of your own, and see how your marriage will bloom.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let me take the next point. Before I take that point, as we continue with this session, I know in a matter of maybe a few minutes time we'll be rounding up. But I want to say this. As we journey through these sessions, we've talked about what superpower is, the context of the superpowers that we're really talking about. We spoke about what it means. We spoke about how you recognize it. We talked about the benefits. Now we're looking at how you can leverage it. As we continue, can you just be reflecting along the way and take notes? And because the most important part of this is what happened after now. It's not about just holding an event, but it's about holding a session where you can have useful information that you can take back and implement. So we would like to encourage that you reflect and start taking notes and start asking yourself where and which area this is relevant, and how 1, 2, 3 steps of how you can go about it. How you can go about it. All right. So let me talk about support and encouragement. Support and encouragement. One of the ways, again, to leverage this is through support and encouragement. We have unending support for each other for over 21 years, till we grow very old, until we leave this planet Earth. It's our commitment that will always add value to each other. And you can't add value to each other if you are not leveraging on each other's strength and abilities. And therefore, it's a way where we really, really, really support each other. We support each other intellectually. We support each other career-wise. We support each other spiritually. We support each other in terms of parenting. We support each other in every way possible you can actually imagine. And now, knowing that at some point in a relationship, one party can be down, where the other party is still very okay. At the point where either party is down, we expect that the other partner should be there to encourage that partner of his or hers. So it's important. So we say provide consistent support and encouragement to your spouse
Mm.
in their areas of strength.
Mm.
Now, this is not possible in some relationships because there's issue of insecurity. There's issue of insecurity because all these things we're saying now, someone with an insecure state of mind will find it difficult to relate with or to apply. Now, because there's a way in which I can interpret her own actions towards me I can imagine it to be a disempowering approach to me. And if I can imagine it to be like that, of course, my own response will not be all right. When we just started out, those were the realities in my own life when we just got married. And that was when I was getting to understand her. The superpowers that she carries that I was supposed to leverage on, I was fighting it. And she was actually doing every of those things then for my ultimate good. Meanwhile, because of ignorance, because of, I would say maybe ego, there was part of it, but I think it was more of ignorance. And I was fighting what was supposed to help me. And that's the part where we need to really support and encourage each other. Please, we need to deal with the issue of insecurity. Let's be so secure and be trusting of one another. Now, am I saying both parties will be perfect? No, we won't be perfect. We will make mistakes, yes. But don't let us turn mistakes into something that will not create a problem where you now come up with a disempowering narrative about your partner. So please, provide consistent support and encouragement to your spouse in their areas of strength. Then try to recognize. We've talked about how to recognize now. Recognize and celebrate their achievements. I should be happy for your progress. You should be happy for my progress. We've had to cancel people in a relationship whereby their partner's progress was the main issue for the other person. So please ensure that you celebrate achievement and let them know how much you value their contributions. The next point I would say is that learning and growth is another way to leverage on it. Be open to continuous learning. Be open and be flexible so that you can mature from who you used to be to who you are meant to be. It is important. So encourage your spouse to further develop their superpowers through continuous learning and growth. Support their pursuit of new skills or knowledge that can enhance their abilities and benefit your partnership. It's important. It's important. So I think let me leave the next one for you to think before we round off.
Okay, good. So we've said a lot. Don't forget, we're talking about leveraging on your spouse superpowers. And we've said how to recognize your spouse superpowers, how the things you stand to benefit from it, and how to leverage on these superpowers, aka exceptional abilities or gifts or area of strength that your partner carries. And so Yudela has talked about learning and growth. I just want to add something that even when your spouse, offers you help and you take help, let's learn to support and receive support as well. And when something happens, it looks like, oh, this person didn't meet up to my expectation in the way they supported me or in the way they made use of their superpower. Let's not criticize in a damaging way. There are ways that we can give constructive criticism so that at the end, we don't damage that person's esteem. We don't damage their willingness, to use their superpowers to help, to help us. Okay. I want to do something. I know that at times when we hear some words, it helps to trigger, certain things in our minds. So I want to read out some areas of exceptional strengths or abilities, so that when you think about it, that may help you. And so you can you can have a conversation starter from there, within yourself, and then extend it to your spouse to say, I know that you are good in this area, but is that all that you carry? Because really, God wants us to maximize, and enjoy all that He has blessed us with. And He wants those blessings to not just be for us alone, but to extend to our spouse. And then before, we think of, extending to, the society at large. So I'm just going to quickly look at this. So some superpowers come in the way of soft skills. Or soft skills. And some skills include communication skills, active listening. Is your spouse very good in that? Are they good in storytelling? Or even you yourself, what about written communication, editing, teaching, negotiating, open-mindedness, inquiry, being able to read and understand body language, customer service, presenting, summarizing. Some of us, we know how to kind of just talk for long, but some people in very concise words, they're able to pass across their points powerfully. Non-verbal communication, documenting, reporting, and some superpowers or area of strength come in form of interpersonal skills. Do they have patience? Are they so positive-minded they're able to douse negativity and help you regain, that strength to go on in life? What about conflict management? Some people are very good at it. Think as I call out these areas of strength, think and reflect on which one you have and which one your partner have, and make a resolve today to say, I'm going to enjoy my partner's area of exceptional ability. Is it coaching, mediating, motivating, compassion, caring, networking? Oh my God, that's an amazing one. Some people are so good at networking. Could that be your superpower or that of your spouse? Leverage on it. People build businesses through power of networking. What about those who have the gift of inspiring others or the gift of being flexible? Rigidity can sometimes be a business killer, can be a relationship killer. Yeah. What about the ability to effectively collaborate? That could be your partner's power that you've not been utilizing or leveraging on, or even yourself. What about sourcing feedback? They say feedback is the food of champions. That could be your own superpower or that of your spouse. Think about it. Reliability. Some people are reliable. You can depend on them. What about empathy? And then some superpowers come as critical thinking skills, observing. Some people can observe and deduce and say, this is like this. What about problem solving, inferring, simplifying, conceptual thinking, evaluating, streamlining, creative thinking, brainstorming, cost-benefit analyzing? You don't know the things that your partner carry and the things you carry. Let's utilize these things. Deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, assessing, evidence collecting, troubleshooting. Some superpowers come as leadership skills, which could involve mentoring, envisioning. My people are distraught for lack of knowledge. Some people have the idea, but they cannot envision it and communicate it. Perhaps you have someone who between your house as a husband or wife, or a boyfriend or girlfriend, or a fiance, who have these skills. Leverage on it. Goal setting. So setting goals, smart goals, employee development, performance reviewing, managing, planning, delegating, directing, supervising, training, earning trust, influencing. You know that influencers these days, they are balling in Nigeria. Adapting, crisis managing. And some come as hard skills. Yeah, technical skills, accounting, word processing, spreadsheet building, coding, programming, operating equipment, engineering, experimenting, testing, constructing, restoring, product development, quality control, blueprint drafting, repairing. And some come as language skills, translating, speaking, writing, conversing. Do you know that it's difficult for some people to have conversation? Reinterpreting, public speaking, following etiquette. Oh my God. Explaining, respecting, signaling, proofreading, introducing. I had to go for a training when I was still working in this time, where they taught us how to introduce. How many of us know how to introduce yourself? And how many of us know how to introduce? There are different ways of introducing yourself to a senior person in terms of in hierarchy, and how to introduce yourself to a junior person. These things. Some of us have people in the house you are married to. They have these skills. Leverage on them. Introducing, representing, rephrasing, code switching. And some have design skills, graphic design, user experience development, user interface development, typography, layout development, web design, data visualization, photo and video editing, wireframing, and then analytical skills. I'll stop this last one, I'll read out. Researching, interpreting, information processing, organizing, processing, graphing, computing, calculating, modeling, extrapolating, predicting, forecasting, investigating, surveying, and statistical analysis. There's so much. They are so much. And some of us have people who are in relationship with, oh, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, and it's not just mushy, mushy, mushy. Leverage on this to build an all-round healthy, wholesome relationship.
I would like to say, because she said a lot, and that's why we have the recording. And I think if you are following the Lower Talks stream, when it's published, you will get an alert. But in the next 2 days, 3 days, you can check back on our YouTube channel, the Lower Talks Reel. You will get the video loaded there, because there are quite a lot of information that have been given out tonight, and you you might not be able to remember all on the go, but it will be good to go back, and you might know one or two people that this can really, really benefit. Please, you can also share the link by the time you have it. But we like to take questions before we close. Let's see how many questions we can. I think we can devote the next 10 minutes for questions, so that
does anybody have any question, comments,
you can
contribution?
drop it in the comment section. So let's.
Or you can unmute yourself.
Or you can unmute yourself.
We'd love to hear your voice.
Yeah, if you unmute yourself, we want to see your face, then we'll pin you on the screen.
Where can I get the pizza in the picture behind you?
Where can I get the pizza in the picture behind you? Okay. When we upload the video, yeah, when we put the video on the Instagram and the channel on YouTube, just go click on it. When you go to the end, there's a link there that says get pizza. Click on that link and the pizza will be sent to you. Yeah. Try it.
Amen.
Who was asking, please? Darasimi. Good. So Darasimi, is your question answered?
We've answered it politically, yeah. That's it.
Thank you. Any question, any comment?
You can drop it in the comment section if you want.
Yep. Or you can just unmute yourself and talk. And then even if you don't want to, if you don't have a question, what's your comment? What's your feedback? How's the session been? Is this something that have you learned anything? Can you share also on the chat group what you have learned, what has been a big inspiration or blessing to you from this evening session?
You can use a word, you can use a phrase, how this session has been.
Yep. You're happy to get feedback. You remember one of these we read is eliciting feedback. We also like to get your feedback. How's today's session been? What have you learned? We have 20 people on the call. Okay, minus us, that's 19. We'll be happy to get feedback, even if it's from 50% of the people. Should I start calling names? Okay, good. Thank you. How do I reduce it down? Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
I don't have a question, but I want to say if the link can be posted as quick as possible, and then we can share it with few friends who are currently having challenges, and through this. Sorry for the music you're hearing at the background. Become muted. This guy just have to watch. So what if this link can be shared, right? We can use it to share with some few friends, and sometimes it's just beyond talking, but showing people what you're currently feeding on. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. What is actually keeping you in track? People also need to partake of it. Not everybody have access to all this information that you're given, right? it might sound simple, but noticing it is another thing. Like all those things we talk about, leveraging on partners, right? Noticing it is another thing. It might sound they are really simple methods, but noticing it, seeing it as a leverage, do you understand what I mean? It's another thing, honestly. Because this thing, we barely see it every day, but we don't know it's something we could leverage on, right? So for me, I think if this link is posted on time, right, we could share it. And then, if they come back to say, oh, let's have a conversation on this, say, go watch that video. This conversation we want to have is that video, right? And then by the time you finish watching the video, and then you say, oh, what step do we need? Do we need to talk to these people, right? And then, it's we move on from there. Yeah. Thank you.
So this is what I would say, because it's recorded in the cloud. As soon as it's ready, if there's anybody here that we don't have your details, if you don't mind, maybe you might want to share it so that we can use that to get back to you. But I dropped our email and social media handles. If you can't do that here on this platform, you can reach out to us. Then once it's ready, it should be ready tonight. Then we can easily share with
So
as many.
So if you can drop your emails now,
and
we'll share with you when the link is out. Okay.
You can share it on the
chat.
On the chat. Thank you, Awa.
Thank you, Awa.
There was some comments.
We have some comments as well. So quickly just go through them as we close. Okonkwo Felista says it was quite insightful. Thank you. No married, but it's been good listening. We try to apply some strategies when it's time. Yeah, that's good. Thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge. You're welcome, darling. Lubenga, good morning. Thank you for a truly practical and useful session. Obvious speakers are speaking from what they practice. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for creating this platform to help couples handle situations better with all that you've been sharing. Thank you, Bolanle Babarin Day. Anyone that doesn't feel comfortable sharing in a public can send it privately to them. Yes, thank you. That's good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. In concluding, this is like we have like 8 minutes to go.
We don't have to wait.
I know. And that's part of what we used to discuss.
Yeah.
We are leveraging on each other now. So, we want everyone to remember that in concluding that leveraging on your spouse's superpowers is a collaborative effort. It's not individual. That requires open communication, mutual respect, and a willingness to appreciate each other's strength. Embrace the power of teamwork and harness the unique abilities you both bring to the table for a stronger and more fulfilling relationship.
Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to put your email or send it to us personally.
If you are not comfortable dropping it.
Yes. So thank you, Florence, Olainka Labi, Ansa, and Awa, Olashade. We can put it close now and just see your face and say a proper goodbye. Oladipupo, Bolanle, Dupe, Mercy, Felista, Funke, Michael Shukumbi, Emmanuel Yuwale, Benga, Ugumbode, Darasimi, Tulu Alashe, Arike. Yeah, good to see you. Thank you. Sarah Balogun, thank you. Yeah, so let's stop recording now, yeah?